We've all been sold this idea that success in school means grinding harder for longer hours and pushing through burnouts. We get this advice or message constantly: work harder, grind longer, sleep is for the weak. But honestly, that path mostly leads to burnout, frustration, and feeling like your brain is a hollow vessel. But what if I told you there's a better way? Not about working less necessarily, but working smarter. Using your brain purposely for what it was made for and not actually how you wish it learned. A way that is actually backed by neuroscience and cognitive psychology that lets you learn more, remember longer, and actually have a life outside the library. That is what we are diving into today. How to study smarter and not harder. Smart study is about working strategically. It's about understanding how your brain actually learns and using that knowledge to your advantage. No magic pills, just some good old powerful techniques. Stick around because by the end of this video, you have a concrete action plan to transform how you learn. First, let's understand why your brain dreads the harder studying approach. The way I see it, when I hear passive studying, you know what I think about? I think about forgetfulness. Because that is what will happen when you attempt passive studying. The highlighting, the rereading, copying notes, these are passive. Your brain isn't wrestling with the information enough. Just skimming off the surface is what happens. If active studying was printing of documents onto the brain, passive studying would be a mirror reflection of the documents on the brain. It was productive, but retention is shockingly low. Students sometimes use passive studying as a way to cram. They try to learn a whole semester the night before an exam. And no, it's not like they are revising or they are learning. No, they are reading it for the first time. How then do you expect not to fail your exams? Nothing comes by nothing, man. Stuffs are gonna explode out of your head and get lost. Your brain physically can't process and store that much that fast. And do you ever read something and to be like, yeah, cool, I got this, only to black out completely in the exam? That is called the illusion of fluency. Familiarity tricks you into thinking you know it. No, you don't. Testing yourself is the only surest way to confirm that. So, how do you work with your brain and not work against it? Forget about complicated systems. Focus on mastering these few key things that I'm about to share with you. Nail these and you are golden. The first cheat code is interleaving. Studying one topic for hours straight feels safe, right? But it is kind of like you are practicing only free throws for a whole basketball practice. A more serious and practical lessons would involve mixing things up. Interleaving means that you are going to switch between different but kind of related topics within one study session. How do you do this? Instead of 3 hours of calculus, dedicate 30 minutes to calculus, 30 minutes to biochem, and 30 minutes on a different concept in either subject. You make sure to rotate every 20-30 minutes and in your practice sets too. Make sure to switch things up in the same fashion I just explained. Man, shuffle those flashcards. This approach feels harder upfront, but it forces your brain to constantly ask, which strategy or tool or concept do I need now? That builds way more flexible and more usable knowledge. We can't talk about studying smarter and not talk about active recall and spaced repetition. I'm sorry, I can't get stopped. I'm really sorry if you really know what it is, but I just can't stop talking about it because of how effective and realistic it is. This is the MVP, the GOAT, the most powerful thing you can do, hands down. Active recall means testing yourself before you feel ready. Instead of just gobbling information in, you force yourself to pull it out. I don't know about you and I don't know about the program you read at the university, but medicine, a field which I happen to find myself in, relies so heavily on recall from memories. One of the ways you can practice active recall is by the use of flashcards. Look at the question side and actually try to remember the answer in your head before you flip. Apps like Anki, Gizmo are awesome for this. Another way to do this is the blank page method. What you do here is that after reading a section, close the book or laptop and grab a piece of paper and write down everything that you can remember from memory. The key points, the ideas, the weird doodling, whatever sticks. And then come back to check what you missed. You can also practice problems. Wrestle with the problem, get it wrong, and try again. That is where true learning happens. Go back and figure out why you had the answer wrong. Fail fast, fail at your own convenience and get it right once and for all. One more thing you can do is to try to explain the concept out loud without your notes. If you can explain why something works, not just what it is, then you are crushing it. To get the full benefit of active recall, you have to implement it with spaced repetition. Our brains are kind of leaky buckets for new information. We forget stuff crazily fast if we don't review it. Spaced repetition means reviewing stuff right before you're about to forget it, not cramming and not ignoring it for weeks. You can either do this manually with a calendar or digitally by using an app like Anki, which is free, or the Quizlet Learn Mode or Brainscape. So on these apps, they show you a card containing a question. Then you try to answer it. Tell the app how hard it was answering the question, whether the card was easy, hard, or whether you seem to have forgotten it. The app will then figure out when to show it to you again for maximum retention. So if you learn something on Monday, quickly review it on Tuesday, then maybe on Thursday, then the next Monday. You don't necessarily have to follow this. Just make sure you space out the revision sessions throughout the time period. And during your studies, before you dive into new material, spend 5 to 10 minutes quickly testing yourself on the stuff from yesterday or last week. The reason why this works is that when you review an information just when you are about to almost forget it, it makes your memory super glue strong. It saves you so much time relearning later. Growth comes with consistency. Alright, this is where the video ends. In my upcoming video, I shall delve deep into similar topics like this. If you found this video helpful, please like it, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe to support what I do. Please guys, support me. Support my channel. It's a growing YouTube channel. I used to have an old account which I lost access to, and now this is a new account and I've been building it for like almost half a year now, and I hope you can help me, get to where I really see myself going. Please turn on the notification bell after subscribing. Thank you for watching. My name is Jabir and I am that guy. Today I'm using 100. This is not free.